very happy. Are you happy in your relationship?
Yes, this relationship is a happy place for me. It's like...
I love that you use the word happy place.
No, but seriously, it's like, for me, it's one of those things where I found where I can... Seeing her happy actually makes me real.
Janifer Hudson has faced heartbreaks few could ever understand. Pain so deep, it changed the way she lived and loved. When it finally seemed she'd found peace, trust, and real love, everything started to fall apart again. To Janifer, Common wasn't just a man, he was hope. He spoke of healing, growth, and forever. Words that made her believe love could feel safe once more. But sometimes, the people who promise forever are the same ones who bring the most pain. As quiet whispers grew louder, the truth behind the smiles began to surface. Even Janifer Hudson, the unstoppable star who conquered tragedy and fame, wasn't untouchable. Behind the music, the awards, and the power, her heart carried a wound the world could never truly see.
He's the type of person that never really settles with somebody. Maybe he's like a, he's like a bee going from flower to flower to flower.
But I mean, I just wish Lonnie would tell the truth, be bisexual.
In 2008, Janifer Hudson's world fell apart. Her mother, brother, and young nephew were taken from her in one heartbreaking tragedy. It was the kind of loss that could destroy anyone, but Janifer chose to rise. She turned her pain into power, channeling every ounce of it into her music, her movies, and her purpose. Not long after, she began a long relationship with David Otunga. From the outside, they looked strong. A family, a future, a son they both adored. But behind the smiles, Janifer spoke of jealousy, control, and fear that led her to seek protection through the courts. To the world, it was gossip. To her, it was survival. Through it all, she kept creating, fighting, and healing. So when rumors linked her to Common, fans hoped this time love might finally feel safe again.
Found myself in what was called love addiction. Who my therapist broke it down was like that feeling of being like, oh, I'm in love, and this that honeymoon period that people call it. I was addicted to that.
Whispers soon began to swirl. Janifer Hudson and Common weren't just co-stars in the movie Breathe. This time, the rumors carried warmth, not scandal. Fans wanted to believe she had found someone who saw beyond the fame. Someone who could hold her heart with care. It didn't feel like a rebound, it felt like a choice. Her smile softened, her laughter became easy again. No flashing cameras, just quiet moments of a woman learning to trust once more. Janifer isn't one to fall fast. And when she finally let Common in, the world noticed. Maybe this time it was real. And Common, grounded, thoughtful, open about therapy and mindfulness, seemed like the man who'd grown. Yet for those who knew his story, the patterns from his past never truly disappeared.
Speaking of EGOTs from the South Side, Janifer Hudson,
yes.
Your girlfriend, how special is that relationship to you?
Oh man, that relationship is one of the greatest blessings and most important things in my life, in my whole journey in life. The friendship,
Common's past tells a story of powerful women who each shaped a piece of his journey. Angela Rye, Tiffany Haddish, Serena Williams, Ava DuVernay, Taraji P. Henson, and even Erykah Badu. Each of them strong, admired, unforgettable. For a moment in time, they shared his spotlight, his laughter, his world. But like a familiar melody, each romance faded. The beginnings always burned bright. Red carpets, interviews, chemistry everyone could see. Then came the endings. Quiet, graceful, but heavy with unspoken truth. Over the years, fans noticed the pattern. Every love began with promise, and every goodbye came too soon. With Janifer Hudson, people hoped it would finally be different. But just when the world started to believe, the story shifted again.
Here at the Happy Place, we like to respect people's privacy, so I'm not going to ask you too many more questions about that.
Yeah.
But everybody want to know, so I had to,
Yeah.
Ms. Hudson had to get into that thing.
we keep it private, but I want to acknowledge how wonderful she is, how great she is, so that's good.
Yes. I feel that same way about my partner.
Common's latest interview pulled back the curtain and instantly set the internet buzzing. To many, he sounded like a man chasing the spark of new love, the rush of the beginning, but not the strength to stay when things get real. He spoke of therapy, of healing, of personal growth, yet not everyone believed him. After all, growth is proven through action, not words. When Janifer Hudson entered his life, his old reputation was already waiting. His charm was magnetic, their chemistry undeniable, but quiet doubt still lingered. People couldn't help but ask, if things didn't last with Serena, Taraji, or Tiffany, what made this time any different? Still, on the set of Breathe, Janifer and Common looked natural, like love reborn, or perhaps just another chapter in the same story.
Partnership, the life partnership, just the connection. Byron, to have somebody who's as talented and just soulful and like gifted and can do all these different things and is one of the greatest folks.
People couldn't help but notice the comfort between them, the laughter, the soft moments that felt genuine, not performed. Whether on red carpets, in interviews, or quiet nights spent in Chicago and New York, their connection seemed solid. This wasn't a fling or a publicity act. It felt like two souls who'd lived through storms finally choosing calm. No flashy posts, no media games, just quiet love. For Janifer, trust appeared to rebuild slowly. For Common, it looked like redemption. He called their relationship a blessing, speaking of growth and love like a man finally grounded. Janifer glowed differently, freer, lighter, as if love finally fit. Yet deep down, a quiet question lingered. Was this truly a new beginning, or the same heartbreak waiting to return?
Of all time, and just this pure artist, man. Like, she's a special artist, but then to have someone who, most importantly, when it comes to relationship, it's just like, it's like equal yoke. Y'all can.
At first, the shift was small. A missed event here, a smile that didn't shine the same, warmth that faded when the cameras stopped. Before long, Common appeared on red carpets alone, and Janifer Hudson's absence became impossible to ignore. That's when the quiet talk began. Rumors of him getting close to someone new. Subtle remarks behind her back, not hateful, but cold, from a man who once called her his anchor. Fans started to wonder, was this déjà vu? Then came a twist. Sources claimed Common was planning something big, a proposal. It sounded like Janifer's dream moment. But behind the scenes, the story changed. Reports say she turned him down. No fight, no drama, just a calm no. Not out of anger, but out of uncertainty. Maybe fear of repeating a cycle she thought she'd already escaped.
I'm very grateful. I thank God each and every day, and I'm just letting God guide this relationship.
Because God is in it, right?
God is in it.
That's right. Listen. Okay, this is the happy place. And we can.
Speak on it.
She the
Speak
one
on
you
it.
say.
Speak on it.
I heard that.
Speak on it.
For Janifer, who had rebuilt her life after heartbreak, hesitation wasn't fear, it was wisdom. But to Common, that pause might have felt like rejection. And for him, rejection often created distance, first in silence, then in presence. Friends say Janifer pulled back too, not out of anger, but to protect her peace. For her, love had to be more than charm. It needed safety, effort, and truth. Soon, small cracks began to appear. Even whispers of a proposal sounded uncertain. By then, Janifer Hudson was glowing, her talk show rising, her music unstoppable, her acting unmatched. She had turned her pain into power. Meanwhile, Common remained respected, but the buzz faded. His music reached fewer ears, his films less impact. The contrast between them was impossible to ignore.
Why can't anybody just be honest? They're waiting for Chrissy Teigen to get plastic surgery and end up Jackie O so that they can be roommates and make musicals together. Let's just be real.
Okay.
He'd rather spend time with John Legend than any of these bitches.
Behind closed doors, whispers grew louder. Insiders claimed Common had started feeling like he was living in Janifer Hudson's shadow. Once the leading man, now just the +1. In Hollywood, where ego often runs the show, that can wound deeper than love admits. People close to them said he began skipping her events, no longer cheering for her wins. Maybe it wasn't resentment, just quiet insecurity, the kind that hides in silence. Because when some men say they want a strong woman, they really mean as long as she doesn't outshine them. But Janifer had fought too hard to dim her light. Outwardly, they looked perfect. 2 stars, 2 survivors. But behind the smiles, the balance shifted. She was rising, he was stalling. And sometimes love doesn't break, it just fades when one grows and the other stays behind. There was no breakup post, no heartfelt note, no interview spilling secrets. Janifer Hudson and Common simply disappeared from each other's orbit. In Hollywood, silence often screams louder than any headline. Weeks turned into months, and fans searched for clues that never came. Some insiders whispered that Janifer chose peace over confusion, while others claimed Common stepped back when real love asked for more. Janifer has already carried pain most people couldn't survive: loss, heartbreak, and endless pressure. So walking away wasn't weakness, it was survival. Common, once praised for his words and charm, now faced the truth that actions speak louder than poetry. As Janifer's star kept rising, her talk show thriving, her music unstoppable, her acting shining, he seemed left behind. Maybe that was the quiet truth. Love doesn't always break. Sometimes it fades. For Janifer, it was peace. For Common, it might have been one more chance gone. Dot.